questions can be answered.
What do you think about the fact that it's possible there are a lot of dead characters out there, and people are wondering and fans are going crazy? Is it really hard for you to?
It's a difficult situation. I'm quite sure. I understand. I've been on the fan side too, and I know what it's like being on the edge and not knowing what's going on. And I have zero else that I can say on that subject. That's about it.
So, I'm assuming because you're here, your characters should be alive.
See, don't assume that. That's the thing, though. See, we're pulling a Walking Dead right now, where they did the same thing one season, where everyone was kind of up in the air about who was going to die, and it was clear that it was going to be somebody, but can't let anybody have any indication on who that is. So everyone has to be here. So don't read into this by any means. This is not the answer.
Thea has had a lot of work to do to accept that she's like her parents, and now that she's made some peace with that, how will that benefit her moving forward now that she's kind of accepted what her life is?
I really hope that she just continues taking herself into more strong, independent areas of her life rather than succumbing to kind of the amount of turmoil that she's been under. She's done a very good job, I think, of inevitably taking all of the struggle and the torments and everything that she's been through and kind of channeling that into something positive, or at least trying to. So I really hope that she continuously does that and doesn't succumb to any type of negative things. My favorite part about her is the fact that how she always has evolved and taken things very strongly and independently as a woman, rather than dependently. She's never really become dependent on any certain person or thing, really. For a second, it was Roy there, but she even there found her own independence. So I think it's really important the fact that she's at least one of the strong, independent female characters in the show. So my biggest hope for her is that she always stays that way.
So I really enjoyed Thea's scenes with Malcolm towards the end of the season. And what can you say about where her feelings are with her father at this point? The choices that he's made for her, and also where do you see them moving forward?
It's definitely a funny thing, because personally, on my personal side, I'm obsessed with John Barrowman. So it makes me really biased even when it comes to thinking about the Malcolm Merlin-Thea relationship. It's hard for me to separate the amazingness of John Barrowman from the evil things that have been written on the page about Malcolm Merlin. So I've always had very high hopes about their relationship, and I think that Thea definitely, has realized over the years how it might annoy her a little bit how much she's realized how he can affect her. Especially after realizing after, a very short period of time that he was her father. She's only known for about 2 or 3 years. It's not like a long, she grew up her whole life thinking one thing and then kind of found out a different situation. That's hard enough already for her to take that information. And then to also know that she went from one seemingly kind of not the best father in the world. She knew something like her dad had done some pretty shady things already. She loved her Robert, but she already had some kind of indication that things weren't as peachy keen as her mother and father like to put it out there to be. But then also to find out that this guy was just a whole other bag of people. I think that that she definitely didn't realize how much it was going to affect her, the relationship, and she's trying to grapple with all of that as strongly as she can.
Is there anyone that you hope Thea gets wants more scenes with, or you wish, even in the past, that she'd been able to explore a little bit more of a relationship with?
I've always hoped that she'd be a lot nicer to Rick Gonzalez's character. That's something that I really want to happen. And more Felicity time, more hanging out with Echo and David. I mean, I miss everybody in the bunker totally. Like, it's not like I don't want to be down there. It's just circumstantially things happened, and it makes sense here and there, blah blah blah. So, who knows? Who knows what's going on? Again, nothing for you when it comes to season 6. So, can't allude to any future things. Just hopes and dreams.
Did she got a taste of the political life and helping Oliver with being mayor? Is that something you think she would do well in if she chose to step into that and take that again, or is that something she wants?
I mean, I think she did an okay job until she started doing all the blackmailing and
Yeah.
backstabbing and then being kind of real evil and not cool about things. I definitely think that I like seeing her, again, like I said, I really enjoy seeing her in strong, independent sections of her life. In the beginning of that role that she was taking on, she was really taking charge of everything and kind of really running everything for Oliver, and she was getting it done pretty well, I think, up until she started kind of realizing the ins and the outs of real government. It's not like that's not the way it actually goes. So who can blame her, really? It's just that she was kind of maybe leading further right than I would like Thea to actually be in reality. So let's hope that she goes to some liberal camps or something. Who knows? Maybe she listens to Bernie Sanders talk a few times.
So thinking from the first season to now, which things do you enjoy the most about the character? What changed?
I hate to sound like a parrot again, but it's the independent thing that she's got going on about her. It's like I really think it's very important to have strong, independent females on television that are especially single-handedly standing out on their own without being dependent on the other characters in the show. I think that was very, one thing that I very much appreciate about her character is that she's always integrated with all of everyone else, but she's not necessarily dependent on one other singular character on the show. She's very on her own and surviving and striving and thriving in all of those areas. So I really think that's important to put that out there. And I really think it's important to show her growth coming from, a bit of a broken situation, continuously being knocked down and always trying to come up and find something positive out of it and turn it into something good. I think that's a very important message to be putting out there for young females, independent women, and all that. So yeah, that's my favorite part. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.